Well, thank you, and welcome to the January 13th Mesa City Council meeting. All of our council is present. We will begin this meeting with an invocation offered by Reverend Janessa Chastain with Grace United Methodist Church, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. So I'd invite everyone to please stand for the invocation and Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you, and I'm honored to be here tonight representing the congregation of Grace United Methodist Church, and I appreciate the invitation. At this time, I invite all who wish to participate to join me in an attitude of prayer. Holy One, we give you thanks for another glorious day. For this beautiful place where we live and all of the blessings it provides, we lift our hearts in gratitude. We come before you this evening representing a variety of faiths, neighborhoods, districts, and interests, but united as people dedicated to making our city a better place for all who live, work, worship, and play here. We pray that a spirit of compassion and generosity, a spirit of wisdom and cooperation, a spirit of courage and hope will fill each heart here this evening. I ask your blessing on the mayor and the council members, the amazing staff that supports them, and each and every person working for the city of Mesa. We lift up the residents of Mesa, and especially those who are struggling to make ends meet, those who are struggling with their health and our military families. Help us all to do what we can to strengthen our community and care for our neighbors. We ask all these things in your many and holy names. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, thank you, Reverend Chastain. The first action on our agenda for this meeting is the consent agenda, so we'll invite Mr. Kevin Christopher to come forward and read the consent agenda.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. These are the items on the consent agenda. All items listed with an asterisk will be considered as a group by the City Council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion unless a council member or citizen requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered as a separate item. If a citizen wants an item removed, a blue card must be completed and given to the city clerk prior to the council's vote on the consent agenda. Item 2, approval of minutes of previous meetings is written. Item 3A, act on liquor license application for Calling All Angels Foundation, one-day event February 8th at Superstition Farms, 3440 South Hawes Road. Item 3B, act on liquor license application for Calling All Angels Foundation, two-day event February 22nd and 23rd at East Mark Great Park, 5100 Southeast Mark Parkway. Item 3C, act on liquor license application for Jim's Bottle Babies, one-day event February 1st at Riverview Park, 2100 West Rio Salado Parkway. Item 3D, act on liquor license application for Phoenix Marathon Foundation, two-day event February 7th and 8th at Mesa Riverview, 937 North Thompson Road. Item 3E, act on liquor license application for St. Timothy Roman Catholic Parish, one-day event February 14th, 1730 West Guadalupe Road. Item 3F, act on liquor license application for Venture Out Foundation of Arizona Incorporated, one-day event February 20th, 6001 East Main Street. Item 3G, act on liquor license application for Venture Out Social Club, one-day event February 29th, 5001 East Main Street. Item 3H, act on liquor license application for Revelry, 1065 North Dobson Road. Item 3I, act on liquor license application for Silver Key Lounge, 1837 West Guadalupe Road. Item 3J, act on liquor license application for Elsa's Market, 812 East University Drive. Item 3K, act on liquor license application for GOAT Sports Grill, 6655 East McDowell Road. Item 3L, act on liquor license application for Macayo's, 6538 East Superstition Springs Boulevard. Item 3M, act on liquor license application for Wedgwood Stonebridge Manor, 4000 East Palm Street. Item 3N, act on liquor license application for Draft Sports Grill, 542 West Baseline Road. Item 4A, act on bingo application for Sunrise Village Bingo Number 2, 5402 East McKellips Road. Item 4B, act on bingo application for Sunrise Village Bingo Number 3, 5402 East McKellips Road. Item 5A, act on 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for printed envelopes for the Business Services Department. Item 5B, act on dollar limit increase to the term contract for moving services year 4 as requested by the Business Services Department. Department. Item 5C, act on amendment to the term contract for cellular phone equipment, wireless voice and data service plan for citywide departments as requested by the Information Technology Department. Item 5D, act on 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for on-site refuse truck washing services for the Environmental Management and Sustainability Department. Item 5E, act on 1-year renewal with a 1-year renewal option to the term contract for T-shirts, artwork, and graphics for the Parks, Recreation, and Community Facilities Department. Item 5F, act on 20-month term contract with 2 years of renewal options for shelving, furniture, and equipment and materials as requested by the Library Services Department. Item 5G, act on 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for urban lake maintenance for the Parks, Recreation, and Community Facilities Department. Item 5H, act on contract to purchase a heavy-duty construction truck with dump body for the Parks, Recreation, and Community Facilities Department as requested by the Fleet Services Department. Item 5I, act on 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for custodial services for the Parks, Recreation, and Community Facilities Department. Item 5J, act on 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for light-duty and police vehicle and maintenance services for the Fleet Services Department. Item 5K, act on contract to purchase a mechanical PM10 street sweeper with high dump capacity for the Transportation Department as requested by the Fleet Services Department. Item 5L, act on 4-month renewal with 4 years of renewal options to the term contract for tires for the Materials and Supply Warehouse for the Fleet Services and Mesa Fire and Medical Departments. Item 5M, act on 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for audio-visual diagnostic parts and services for the Fleet Services Department. Item 5N, act on 1-year renewal with a 1-year renewal option to the term contract for LED relamping services for the Transportation Department. Item 5O, act on 1-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for streetlight parts and electrical supplies for the Transportation Department. Item 5P, act on 1-year renewal with a 1-year renewal option to the term contract for LED modules for traffic control signals for the Transportation Department. Item 5Q, act on 1-year renewal with a 1-year renewal option to the term contract for traffic signal maintenance services for the Transportation Department. Item 5R, act on dollar limit increase to the term contract for pipe parts, years 2 and 3, for the Materials and Supply Warehouse for citywide use. Item 5S, act on contract to purchase an X-ray kit for the Police Department. This purchase is grant funded by the Arizona Department of Homeland Security. Item 5T, act on 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for lake detection equipment for water distribution and transportation mains for the Water Resources Department. Item 5U, act on 1-year renewal with a 1-year renewal option to the term contract for backflow testing and repair services for various city departments as requested by the Water Resources Department. Item 6A, act on resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a Fifth Amendment to the development agreement, an amended and restated lease, and an amended and restated license agreement for the development commonly known as The Grid, which is on city-owned property, generally located at the southwest corner of Main Street in South Pomeroy and 34 South Pomeroy. Item 6B, act on resolution vacating a road right-of-way and extinguishing a public utility facility easement in the 2400 block of North 40th Street that are no longer necessary for public purpose. This is to allow for development of the estates at Hermosa Vista subdivision. This is requested by the property owner. Item 7A, introduction of ordinance amending the form-based code, Chapter 59, Sections 14 and 15 of Title 11, the zoning ordinance of the Mesa City Code pertaining to the parking requirements for mid-rise and high-rise building types. The amendment will make the construction of structured garage parking optional. Item 7B, introduction of ordinance regarding ZON 19-00473 within the 3100 block of South East Ridge located south of Guadalupe Road and east of Hawes Road. Rezone and site plan review to allow for development of a single residence development. Item 8A, act on a resolution declaring proposed terms, rates, fees, charges for electric utility services to be a public record. Item 8B, introduction of ordinance modifying terms, rates, fees, charges for electric utility services. Item 8C, act on a resolution declaring proposed terms, rates, fees, charges for natural gas utility services to be a public record. Item 8D, introduction of ordinance modifying terms, rates, fees, charges for natural gas utility services. Item 8E, act on resolution declaring proposed terms, rates, fees, charges for water utility services to be a public record. Proposed changes include rate modifications for non-residential water utility services and adjustments for residential usage tiers without increasing the dollar amount per tier. Item 8F, introduction of ordinance modifying terms, rates, fees, charges for water utility services. Item 8G, act on resolution declaring proposed terms, rates, fees, charges for non-residential wastewater utility services to be a public record. Item 8H, introduction of ordinance modifying terms, rates, fees, charges for non-residential wastewater utility services. Item 8I, act on resolution declaring proposed terms, rates, fees, charges for solid waste utility services to be a public record. Proposed changes include bin, roll-off, and commercial barrel service schedule modifications. Item 8J, introduction of ordinance modifying terms, rates, fees, charges for solid waste utility services. Item 9A, act on subdivision plat map of dedication for South Ellsworth Road, located within the 4400 to 4900 blocks of South Ellsworth Road on both sides. This is south of Warner on Ellsworth Road. Item 9B, act on subdivision plat Monte Lucia, located within the 200 block of North Signal Butte Road and the 10,800 block of East Mercury Drive. This is south of University Drive on the east side of Signal Butte Road. Item 9C, act on subdivision plat Mesa and Main redevelopment, Phase 2 East Block, located within the 0 to 100 block of South Udall on the east side and the 0 to 100 block of South LeSueur west side. This is east of Mesa Drive and south of Main Street. And item 9D, act on subdivision plat Mesa and Main redevelopment, Phase 2 West Block, located within the 0 to 100 block of South Mesa Drive on the east side and the 0 to 100 block of South Udall west side. This is east of Mesa Drive and south of Main Street. Mayor and council members, these are the items on the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Christopher. Mrs. Mickelson, do we have any requests to speak on an item on the consent agenda? Okay, thank you. I see that Mr. Vice Mayor Freeman has made a motion, seconded by Councilmember Luna. Council, please cast your votes. The consent agenda passes unanimously. The next item on our agenda is items from citizen present. Ms. Mickelson, I have a couple of blue cards. Do you have any additional cards? Okay, so we'll hear from these individuals in the order that I received them. For those individuals who are going to speak, please, when I call your name, please approach the microphone. Tell us for the record your address, and you'll have 3 minutes to share what you'd like to with the council. First, we'll hear from Darren Barrett.
Hello, Mayor. My name is Darian. I'm a resident of Tempe. I'm out here because the council has blood on their hands. On December 2nd, Mesa PD shot and killed 18-year-old Neil Chiago Jr., and we haven't heard nothing since. We've got no updates. We got very little police training to help with people having mental illnesses. I want the city manager to do his job, fire the police chief, because he is not fit for this community or that department. He is nowhere close to what Chief Bautista was. This officer, this chief needs to go. Since Bautista resigned, there's been 3 to 4 officer-involved shootings. One off of Alma School on the 202, that was Garrett Ryberg, 27 years old, I believe he was. Gilbert and Broadway, Neil Chiago Jr., 18 years old. You guys shot him in the head, and you guys have no remorse. You guys have blood on your hands. Mayor, I've been out here, and I know you've seen me before, not here specifically, but you've seen me in these streets. I film your officers, and I do it every time I see them, because they have shot Daniel Shaver, they have beat up Jason Michael Barton, they have shot Neil Chiago Jr. in the head, and I could see the remorse in your face. You feel what I'm saying. I could tell you do, because I know you got grandchildren. You too, Vice Mayor. I want you guys to think of this, because the police said that the SWAT team was there for Neil Chiago Jr. They were not there. They didn't even know how to properly negotiate until after they shot him in the head. You guys got a lot of work to do here in Mesa, and I know you know that this police department needs a lot of work in John. This isn't the first time you're going to see me, and it's not going to be the last.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Barrett. Next, Alex Love. Is Mr. Love present? Yeah. Okay.
on what he was talking about the police, I also film your officers. I've seen before the FBI started investigating them, and how they would forcibly and tactfully like abuse the public, like they would go hard on someone for no reason. There's a long list of victims that have had different things happen to them on behalf of your law enforcement department. A lot of it's for small things, or like jaywalking. But I was out of town and I was watching this event unfold here December 2nd. And basically, I noticed that there was no negotiation, and your officers knew that it was a mental health call. So I don't know what is wrong with your police chief and with what is wrong with leadership, but this needs to change. The public is not gonna stick by any of you or the police the more this happens. I know the police union has a lot of power, but you guys really got to get rid of the police union because they're making you all look bad and they're hurting people, real life people. Like a lot of stuff that happens to people on behalf of the police, either it ruins their life or their family members' lives. And as a community, we got to watch out for each other. We gotta love our neighbor. That's what God taught us to do in the Bible. So it'd be awesome if you guys would work with leadership, and I would like to get rid of the new police chief because Chief Batista was actually making some headway getting rid of a lot of the corruption, which goes back to the 90s, child pedophilia, and a lot of other nasty stuff that your officers have been involved in. So that's all I gotta say. And if there's any time left, moment of silence to the victims.
Mr. Love, we didn't get your address. What city are you a resident of?
I'm all over the United States, so I'm an American citizen.
Okay, thank you. All right, those are all the cards we have. Council, there's nothing else. Is there a motion to adjourn this meeting? Thank you, Mr. Freeman and Mr. Luna. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. We are adjourned.